Hello Amartyans, I hope you are fine. My name is Manoj Kumar and today we will start chapter 4 Quadratic Equations. Students, in chapter 2nd we have discussed different types of the polynomial. One type was the quadratic polynomial of the form ax square plus bx plus c where a is not equals to 0. When this quadratic polynomial we equate to 0, we get a quadratic equation. And in this topic, we will discuss about quadratic equation. Before start this topic, you will see the mind map of this chapter. In the center, you can see the name of the topic, that is quadratic equation, and the general form of the quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0, where a, b, c are the real numbers and a is not equals to 0. In second step, we will discuss the solutions of the quadratic equations. There are three ways to find the solutions of the quadratic equation. And remember, the solutions of the quadratic equations are also known as roots of the quadratic equations. So there is no difference between the solution of the quadratic equations and the roots of the quadratic equation. The first method is to find the solution of the quadratic equation is factorization method. We have already discussed same methods from 9th class and in 8th class. In this method, we will split the middle terms and we get the factors of the quadratic equations, and when we compare these factors to 0 and we get the values of x, this method is known as the factorization method. And another method is quadratic formula. In this formula, there is a relation between the coefficients of the quadratic equation, and the formula is here minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a, where a, b and c are the coefficients and the constant of the given quadratic equations. And the third method is completing the square, but this method is not now in our syllabus and we will not discuss same methods. We will use only two methods. First is factorization and another is quadratic formula. After the solutions of the quadratic equation, we will discuss the nature of the roots. If the value of d is greater than 0, the question is what is d? D is the discriminant and it is equals to b square minus 4ac. The first step, if your d is greater than 0, then you will say the roots are real and distinct. If d is equals to 0, we will say roots are equal and reals. If your d is less than 0, we will say there is no real roots. Now students, we will start our exercise 4.1. Before start the exercise, you will write the definition of the quadratic equation. You can see a quadratic equation in the variable x is an equation of the form of ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0, where a, b, c are the real numbers, a is not equal to 0. Here you can see some examples of the quadratic equations. First example is 2x square plus x minus 300 equals to 0. Similarly, 2x square minus 3x plus 1 equals to 0. 4x minus 3x square plus 2 equals to 0 and 1 minus x square plus 300 equals to 0 are also quadratic equations. So it is very important you should know which type of the equations are said to be the quadratic equations. Why these are the quadratic equation? You can see the general form of the quadratic equation. The highest power of the variable is 2. That's why it is known as a quadratic equations. Students, I think you have known to this concept what is a quadratic equation. Now I am going to solve some examples of same topic. Here in this topic, just we will understand which type of the equations are said to be quadratic equation. See the first part of our example second, and before start this example we should know what is the question. Now I am going to read the question. Check whether following are quadratic equation. And the first part is x minus 2 whole square plus 1 is equals to 2x minus 3. How we will solve it? You will take its left hand side and simplify it. When I will simplify its first term, you can see what is given here, x minus 2 whole square plus 1. You will expand x square minus 2 whole square and you will get x square minus 4x plus 4, then plus 1, and after simplification you will get the equation, and equation is x square minus 4x plus 5. After solving its left hand side, you can take right hand side and simplify it. After simplification, both sides, left hand side as well as right hand side, according to question, you can compare them. After comparing, you will get a equation. That equation is x square minus 6x plus 8 equals to 0. Now after solving it, you can compare what equation we have got with general equation of the quadratic equation. If it is in the form of a quadratic equation like ax square plus bx plus c, then we will say the given equation is a quadratic equation. Now student, I am going to solve its second part, and here also we will check the given equation is quadratic or not. You can see what is the second example, x into x plus 1 plus 8 equals to x plus 2 into x minus 2. Again you will solve its left hand side. After solving left hand side, you will get x square plus x plus 8, and then you will solve its right hand side. After simplification, you will get here x square minus 4, and then according to question, you can compare both left hand side and right hand side. After comparing, after solving, you will get an equation, that is x plus 12 equals to 0. So it is not in the form of x square plus bx plus c equals to 0, and therefore the given equation is not a quadratic equation. In same way, we will solve the rest of the part of same examples, and our exercise 4.1 is based upon these examples, and I hope you can solve 4.1. Thank you. Now students, we will start the solution of the quadratic equation by factorization method. In 9th class, already we have learned this method, how to do the factorization of a quadratic equations. And we will use same method to solve a quadratic equation. Students, I am going to solve example third. In this example, we will find the roots of the equation 2x square minus 5x plus 3 equals to 0 by factorization method. Already we have done same method in ninth class and we will use same method here. In very first step, we will multiply the coefficient of x square, that is 2, multiply with constant term, that is 3. The product of these two is equals to 6. But its middle term is minus 5. And we will choose two numbers in such a way their product is 6, and when we will add or subtract, that is equals to minus 5. And you can see in same step these two numbers are minus 2 and minus 3. After split this 5 minus 5 into minus 2 and minus 3, what you will do, out of first two terms you will take what is common between them. Clearly you can see there is 2x is common, and what is left, x minus 1. In same way you will take last two terms and again you will take what is the common between these two terms, that is minus 3, and again inside the bracket you will get x minus 1. In the same line you can see x minus 1 is common and 2x minus 3 is also common, and we get here two factors of the given quadratic equation is 2x minus 3 and x minus 1. After getting these factors, you will compare these both factors to 0, and after comparing, what you will do, you can compare each factor to 0, and then you will get the value of x. First value of x is x equals to 3 by 2, and the second value is x equals to 1. And these both values or both solutions are known as the roots of a given quadratic equation. If we want to check these solutions are correct or not correct, so we will put these values one by one in our given equations, and after simplification, if our answer is 0, then our answer is a. Students, after solving the example, now I am going to start exercise 4.2. See the very first question of this exercise. The question is, find the root of the following quadratic equation by factorization method. And the statement of the first part of same question is x square minus 3x minus 10 equals to 0. See, the solution of same part is here. We will solve it by split the middle term. In very first step, we will multiply the coefficient of x square and the constant term, and their product is minus 10. And see the middle term, that is minus 3. Now we will take two numbers in such a way their product is minus 10 and their sum or subtract is equals to minus 3, and the required numbers are minus 5 and 2. In second step, you can see now after split the middle term, our equation will be x square minus 5x plus 2x minus 10 equals to 0. After this, you will take first two terms and see what is the common, and it is clearly there is x common, and inside the bracket x minus 5 is there, and from the last two terms there is 2 common, and again we get x minus 5 inside the bracket is equals to 0. Now x minus 5 again common, and what is left? X plus 2, which is equals to 0. Now we have two factors of the above equations, and factors are x minus 5 and x plus 2 is equals to 0. Now compare each factor with 0, and we will get the values of x. First value is x equals to 5 and another is x minus 2. These are required roots of our quadratic equation x square minus 3x minus 10 equals to 0. Students, after solving first part of the first question, now I am going to solve third part of first question. And the statement of this question is under root 2 x square plus 7x plus 5 under root 2 equals to 0. See its solution. Once again, I am going to repeat the statement of the question is under root 2x square plus 7x plus 5 under root 2 equals to 0. We will solve this question again by split the middle terms. Before start the middle terms, you will multiply the coefficient of x square, that is under root 2, and the constant term, that is 5 under root 2. And the product of these two is equals to 10. And now see, the middle term is 7. You will choose two numbers in such a way their product is equals to 10 and their sum is equals to 7. You can see in second step, after split the middle term, we will get this equation, that is under root 2x square plus 5x plus 2x plus 5 under root 2 equals to 0. Now you will take first two terms of second step, and what is the common between them? That is x. After common, inside the brackets, you have under root 2x plus 5, and similarly, now you will take the last two terms and see what is the common. There is under root 2 common, and after taking 2 common, inside the brackets we have left under root 2x plus 5 equals to 0. Now we will get two factors under root 2x plus 5 and x plus under root 2 equals to 0, and compare both factors to 0, and after comparing we will get the value of x is, first value of x is minus 5 upon under root 2 and second value is x equals to under root 2. Both values are known the roots of required equation. After solving third part of first question, now I am going to start question number third. Now questions are given in the form of the statement, and we will convert that statement into algebraic form, and then we will solve them by factorization method. See the statement of the question number third. Find two numbers whose sum is 27 and product is 182. The sum of two numbers is 27 and their product is 182. This is given. So let us suppose one of the number is x, so therefore other number is 27 minus x. Now according to question, the product of these two numbers is 182. Now put the values of given numbers. First number is x and other is 27 minus x, which is equals to 182. After off the brackets, you will get 27 minus 27x minus x square is equals to 182, and shift all the terms of the left hand side to the right hand side. Then you will get x square minus 27x plus 82 equals to 0. This is the required equations. Now after getting this quadratic equation, solve this equation by factorization method, and you will do yourself this question.